Good morning students. Continuation of chapter Turkish invasion in North India. In previous class we discussed about the Turkish invader Mahmud of Ghazni. Today we will discuss Muhammad Ghori and the regions that are responsible for the defeat of Indian rulers. Let's proceed ahead. In previous class you learned Mahmud Ghazni entered in our country only for plundering the wealth of our country and wanted to propagate Islam in our country, and after that he returned back. For more than 150 years after the deaths of Mahmud of Ghazni, India didn't face any major invasions. During this period, the Rajput rulers of North India promoted trade with the Muslims. Some Muslim traders even settled in India. The Sufis also began to enter India around this time. In the 12th century, the Ghori dynasty based at Gaur in Afghanistan. Muhammad Ghori was the ruler of a small kingdom of Gaur in Afghanistan. He conquered Ghazni. He placed it under the charge of his brother and decided to turn his attention towards India to expand his empire. Unlike Mahmud Ghazni, Muhammad Ghori invaded India not just to plunder its wealth but also to establish Muslim rule over India. So, the credit of the founding of Muslim empire in India goes to Muhammad. Again I repeat, the credit of the founding of Muslim empire in India goes to Muhammad. He occupied Peshawar, Lahore and Sindh. Prithviraj Chauhan was a contemporary with Ghori. In AD 1191, Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad Ghori in the first battle of the Tarain. In this battle, Ghori had to flee from the battlefield with bleeding wounds. But the next year, in AD 1192, he defeated Prithviraj in the second battle of Tarain. Prithviraj was captured and ultimately executed. This defeat is regarded as a turning point in Indian history. This is because it resulted in the foundation of Turkish rule in India. His dream of establishing an Islamic empire would have been incomplete without conquering Kannauj. A fierce battle took place between the Muslims and the Rajputs. The power of Rajputs was crushed. The king Jayachand was defeated and Muhammad Ghori occupied Kannauj and Banaras. Muhammad Ghori didn't have a child of his own. He put his territories under the charge of his trusted slave and general Qutubuddin Aibak. Do you know, except for conquering Gujarat, Ghori was successful in every invasion. King Bhimdev gave him such a crushing defeat that Ghori could not dream of peeping into Gujarat again. Now we will know what were the main regions that are responsible for defeat of Indian rulers. Students, there were many regions. First, The disunity among Indian rulers and the caste system were the main causes of the success of Gaudi and the defeat of Indian rulers. The common people were dissatisfied as they had no contact with the rulers. Some Rajput rulers helped the Turk against their own country. Moreover, the feudal system, where the landowners were very powerful, weakened the power of the kings. Other important points: Gaudi's army was well equipped and his campaigns were properly planned. The Muslim armies moved swiftly on their horses as compared to the armies of Indian rulers that used old methods of war, equipment, and elephants. The elephants were not of much help during the war as many times. They turned their wrath on their own forces. So in this way you can see there were many reasons for the defeat of the Indian rulers. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.